Hello, hello. This is always Edgar from Cremona. We are here transmitting our nice transmission from the workshop. Today is the first day, and I decided that we will talk about cello. We cleaned up a little bit our workshop, and how you can see, I have already prepared here in the middle of the room two cello tops where we had our croissant this morning. This is Marco Dotti, who is working here, and we're also going to hear his cello, which is over there. I really like it very much. And we're here working on the cello. Let me see if there is maybe also the top here somewhere. Hold on, I just turn around. Okay, Marco is just now. Yesterday he glued in the bass bar. This morning there were still the small dots which just give the perfect position of the bass bar. Then he made it here nicely round. Still has to cut the length, and then we're soon ready to close this. This is not Marco's cello. This is a Linea Macchi cello, which means we all together work on this cello to complete it. The scroll is over there, how you can see. And soon we're going to start to make a few more cellos because we have a few requests regarding the cellos. And now the good, nice thing now, even here, we have some cello scrolls already. This is two Sleeping Beauties. And now we go over there to the musician room. And there is Marco Mauro, who already arrived. And I will introduce you to Marco Mauro. Working anyhow. We are live here, okay, and we hope that this one here is working anyhow. Vediamo un po' un altro cavaletto, o se no la Anna viene a trasmettere, a riprenderci. Anna, potresti venire perché se no mi sa che è difficile. Si sente sul coso? Si sente, ok. Benissimo, so Anna is going to take the camera in her hand and will. So Marco, you were born in Cremona, right?
Yes.
And you play cello for how old have you started?
I was a bit late because I started with piano when I was a kid, and then I switched to other instruments. But I started to play the cello when I was in the middle school, and now I graduated in Milan at the conservatory, and now I will move to Salzburg in Austria to study at the Mozarteum University, and I'm really looking forward.
So you're going to learn German?
Yeah, I have to. So
can we Deutsch sprechen? Huh? Okay, we give you 1 year and then
yeah,
have a small
next
talk.
training we can speak German.
But interesting because good musicians and to go to the Mozarteum you have to be already at a very high level. All musicians talk Italian, English, German, and then sooner or later you have to talk also some words of French. So it's interesting. Wow. Okay. Interesting. We usually we record all the cellos. So if you go on my website nowadays, after the lockdown of COVID, which we all had to face worldwide, if you want to choose a cello, the best way to choose a cello nowadays is that you have a chance to show how the instrument sounds. And so I made this way immediately with my web shop and the videos. I have Lena Yokoyama who plays the violin and the violas, and we recorded yesterday the violas, and you will hear tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. And for the cellos, I decided to take him because Marco Mauro comes from Cremona. Even so now it's getting more and more difficult because he's always away, concerts, workshops during the summer, and but still he goes to Salzburg. When he comes back next time, we will play on another cello, and then I have another video going on for that cello, how much it influences to put the bridge in a specific way, and I do this kind of thing with him. I also record and register the sound with him, since I'm not a cellist, how you might know. And so now I just thought it would be nice if we play a little bit. Now we could go and make, now playing all the cellos right now, and then probably after this transmission of 30 minutes, you're just only confused and we're stressed that we have to play them all. It's a pity that I don't have now my master cello. On the other side, of the point of view of a maker, it's always nice that you don't have the cello, because that means that the last one is gone already. That's correct, and I'm working on the next on the next master cello of mine. Sleeping Beauty is a very good model, and I would like to have a Ruggeri, a Montagnana, and a Stradivari Gorbooth is what I would love to have here, in order that they can show different options. This might remain just a dream of mine. The one you have right now in your hand is a Linea Macchi, which is something like we have seen over there in the workshop, that it is made of all of us in the workshop together. So I touch a little bit, Marco Dotti, the maker and not the musician, works a little bit, Min works on it, everybody who is working here in the workshop helps a little bit together, and we make instruments like this for a quite convenient price, I would say. Price-wise, I just leave it like this, that go to my web shop and you can see the instruments and the price. It's not a secret. It's just that in 1 or 2 years, if somebody watches this video, I think it's better that you just have the prices on the web shop, and so I don't want to publish it in this video. The prices are very transparent, and regularly they're increasing in price, okay? This kind of violin making is that you purchase a certain quality, and this quality stays. So even in challenging times like now, you wouldn't think so that things are going very well, and people have, because they don't waste so much time in commuting from home to the work, they have more time at home, and they can finally play a little bit more even at home. And these are the customers I love to see now, and I'm happy for them that they can afford high quality instruments coming from Cremona, made right now here in my workshop, but of course also a lot of colleagues of mine. Okay, let's hear to this. This one here is a Linea Macchi. What is it? A Stradivari Gorbooth model. It's quite regularly varnished with the spirit varnish, which is a little bit easier. I always make it that Linea Macchi is the spirit varnish, and the master cellos, which means if one person makes the instrument, then for me it's a master cello, then it's varnished with oil varnish. Let's listen to this one, and then you tell me what you think of this, okay?
Yes.
It's completely up to you how to play.
How do you feel?
Okay, so I think it's a nice, warm, rich sound. I know that I also, as a maker, I always hear some things which I would love to have in a different way, but this is like a sickness
maker has. But how do you feel when you play
Yeah,
this one?
from inside, it's also when you are tuning it, you hear a really warm sound. But the nice thing is that when you are playing, you can hear some more brilliant tones in the upper strings and a deeper sound, more like a baritone voice.
Nice.
A deeper voice in the lower strings. So it's pretty well balanced, and it's also easy to play because it doesn't have some mistake. There is not imperfect things. It's always it's everything in the right place.
Okay.
So it's I think it's a good instrument. I don't know. You know, when you are playing, is always different from what the audience are listening, especially from a phone or a streaming.
Now, I don't know how that sound is, because usually we put a big microphone and then we put it to a different camera to record the sound. If I make my transmission where I talk, I put my earphone in. Right now, by the way, I didn't pay him that he talks so nice about this cello. So actually, it's always nice to hear positive things. But something which is missing for you? What something negative? Because I always like to hear something negative, so I know where I can increase.
Yeah, maybe it could be more direct. Because now it's like the sound is going in all this room. We are in a quite big room also with a high
ceiling.
And maybe in a big hall or in a concert hall, yes, of course, or in a church that are really long, you don't really go into the
so you
audience.
think you're a little bit worried that it's not projecting?
Yeah, maybe a little more projecting it could be, but it's fantastic to play. I think in where the resonance of the room is natural as here it is.
Okay.
And maybe if we play it in a bigger room, we can see the difference. And I don't know, these things you can fix by the bridge, by the.
A little bit the strings are a little bit high, but there are a few things which can be changed. But okay. But if you want something a little bit more focused, now we have here like a 7/8 of mine, which is also interesting. 2 scala perfetta, and then I have a cello from Marco Dotti. He's more or less the same age as you. So I give you that Marco Dotti cello. And then we see how you like that, because I think it's a little bit more projecting. It's a similar model, but it's a little bit more a copy of the Stradivari Gore Booth. Even it is more antiqued varnish. Okay, how you can see here. Yeah. We really trust in Apple technology that here the audio is coming good, and now you don't hear my voice too loud, and then the cello you also hear it. I'm really curious how you like this one. It had a little bit of wolf, and I put it something like this. I know that the wolf is always disturbing, but on the other side, if you have a wolf, it's also a good sign that it's vibrating very well. So let's see, okay?
Yes, some tells that a cello is not a cello, there is a
Jonathan Humphries dice audio is good. Quindi.
Audio is good. Thank you, Jonathan. Jonathan has a very nice YouTube channel, and it's great that he is following and that he's listening to the whole thing. He is an online teacher, so for all of you who want to start or get better or want to have an online lesson, he's always giving personal lessons. You can sign up on his Google Calendar, which is underneath his videos, and he's very, very active. He was here like last week in Cremona, is transmitting horrible videos where I am playing the cello, but he's also transmitting better ones, so look at the other ones, not at the one where I have to play or where I play. And yeah, so, and I will go to see Jordan probably next week. Yeah, so let's hear this one. This is a master cello made by Marco Dotti, who is my student, my pupil, and he's already a master. And he turned out to be, in the last close to 3 years, 2 years, a little bit more, working with me. He really increased his making extremely. And he's really, or even in lunchtime when I go out, he stays here, continues working. And even at night, he is really on the ball.
There's a lot of difference between these two instruments. For me, the one that I immediately heard was that this has the same qualities of that instrument, but more sound, more I think more harmonics. So if you play a note really in tune, like open string, you can hear a lot of resonance given by the other strings and the natural resonance of the wood and the instrument. And there is, yes, the wolf, but usually these kind of instruments reduce a little bit sound vibration and sound harmonics. But in this case, you don't feel like you need more sound or there is something like stopping the sound. It's just natural. Yeah, but I think no, the bridge are the same.
Yes, same.
Yes.
It's Belgian bridge. Yes. Same workshop.
Also strings. Yes, same.
Piece.
Yeah. From outside, I think you can hear
Yes,
the same.
For me, at least, sitting here, I don't know how it's for you, Anna, but or for you visitors. But from here, it's right away different. When he was saying that the other one, he was more focused, being sure that in a big hall it's transmitting. It would be now nice to have a big hall, and then we can try to see, because usually instruments from my workshop are projecting very well. So I would love to make this test, and we will sign that up, and we will do that. But here, at least as a player as yourself, I'm sure that you can immediately hear. It's very focused. Yeah.
It's for that I played the same piece as before, so you can check better the difference. You hear the same things, but on two different instruments. Also on the website, we recorded 3 pieces for every cello, and they are always the same. So you can, if you are looking for 2 or 3, you can watch. Okay, Bach, how does it sound on this cello? And you see all of the videos.
And you can hear the
For
differences.
me, it's the best way to understand how good the cello sounds. To play the same pieces.
And certainly playing all by yourself is something, again, different, and we cannot now bring you here virtually to play, but instruments which come from my workshop, even the lowest grade Scala Perfetta, everything, these are like fundamental parts. As soon as we start making something by our hand, we make it correct, even on the lowest grade instrument. So let's say a fingerboard, upper nut with the string lines, the bridge, they have to be always perfect. Otherwise, people would be disappointed to receive something which doesn't work. So it's I'm selling right now because there are happy customers. Probably there is a way, and I don't know on which kind of platforms they're talking to each other, but probably people understand that they get actually more than they are expecting, and this is what I'm right now doing. So I just want you to listen to the sound, you choose the sound, and when you get the instrument, you will be surprised of how high the level of the instrument itself is. By the way, there's a very nice story just happened in these last days. 2 days ago, a customer of mine, I also made already a few videos because he bought a cello of mine in, I think it was 2014, a master cello. At that time it was 42,000 euro, now it's 2020, 54,000. And he's very happy with this instrument. He's also happy to see that the prices are going up, and he bought it still at a very good price, but this is always, at the moment you buy, it's always expensive, I know. And he's now in London, had to go there to meet some musicians for a trio, and a very well pianist, I think she's from Korea. And then they went to the violinist, very high quality violinist, and it turned out it is the wife of Florian Leonhardt. She plays on the Guarnieri, and even Florian Leonhardt, I know him of course very well, and I'm very happy to hear that he and his wife said to Ricardo Pez, finally a good sounding cello. And this is very nice, and I have even the audio recording of the message of Ricardo, and I'm thank you Florian. Looking forward to see you again, okay? And that makes me happy, certainly that makes my day, you know. Should we play something more? We have another 5 minutes. I don't want to go too much out. Should we listen? I have a master cello of mine. It's a 7/8, so it's not really comparable. But let's say for those, I can make every instrument from my workshop. If you would love to play cello and you quitted playing cello because your finger weren't big enough, and then you just now you would love to play a cello. Nowadays, I could make you a 7/8 cello, and then it's easier to play. Look at the videos from Jonathan and you will understand what's going on there. 7/8 cello, I made recently 3 7/8s, Scala Perfetta, Linea Macchi, and here I have a master cello 7/8. I made it actually for somebody else. And now it's going to Jonathan, and he's exchanging it with a full size because he has this issue with the fingers. And this one here is now my master cello. I still have to put the precision pegs inside, which I have ordered because he likes them that much. He is very innovative. This one are still the wooden ones, and they just arrived yesterday or the day before yesterday, the new pegs, and we put them in. And this one has a nice story because the top is a very, very seasoned wood. I got this top already pre-worked from an English maker. Then he passed away, and the wife sold all the tools and all the wood from this maker. And I bought it, and I had it as a decoration in my apartment for my guests at home. And now I just thought, hey, let's make a 7/8 out of this because it wasn't very high. It's still a very flat arching, but the wood is at least 50 years seasoned, maybe even more. And the model is a Francesco Ruggeri model, so it's a original Francesco Ruggeri model. So I didn't have to reduce it or something. It's like a measurement of a 7/8, and it just made the neck like a 7/8. So it's not that much smaller than a full-size cello, but it's for who is playing. It's interesting. So you might you can make some mistakes now because it's all a little bit
Yeah, because the space are really different between full size, but we can. You can listen how the sound quality didn't change. The quality of the tones is always on a top level, and it's really focused. And just by tuning it, you can hear that the C string is really powerful. And we have a more softer sound in the upper strings, like. But I think everyone who has this issue with not so long fingers, so they make a lot of stretching when they are playing a full size. To switch it to a 7/8 is not that full idea. You can think about it, and maybe I can play 30 seconds something.
Yeah.
As you see, I didn't have a lot of difficulty to play this, and I just tried this for the first time 30 minutes ago. So it's really just a tiny difference, but maybe for a lot of you and a lot of players, also for a lot of beginners, it could be really a useful option. And you take a good sound, but even smaller instrument. Quite small, not so much.
Thank you very much, Marco. You helped me out in order that I can deliver here MondoMusica for cellos directly from my workshop. You should make a YouTube channel. Your talking is great. I will put your reference down below very soon. And as soon as you have a YouTube channel, we put it underneath. We have to give us our hands here. Thank you very much. For all of you who are listening here or who is interested, you can contact me actually on all kind of social media and all kind of messages services from Messenger, WhatsApp, Line, or WeChat. What else do we have? Kakao Talk for the Korean friends. And email, you can call me. I'm here, no secrets. Just give me a message and I tell you what I have. If you like to configure your cello, I made it already now with the violins, but you can also use that from the violins and then fill out and say what you want as a cello. And I hope within 1 month I have the cello configurator as well, okay? I'm doing everything, and meanwhile I also have to finish the instruments for my friends, for my customers. So have to show some patience. It's not a one-man show here, but a 3, 4, 5 people show here going on, which we're trying to give our best. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned. And this evening we make aperitivo together. Okay. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
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 Grazie.
Ciao. Buen trabajo.